What's good, everybody? It's Andrew coming back at you with another episode of the Jaguar podcast, and it's game preview time. Jags versus Bengals. It's week 13. The Jags 8-3 will be facing the Bengals, who are 5-6 at home. Monday Night Football. Man, the last time the Jags played the Bengals was, I believe, Thursday Night Football 2 years ago. It was 2021 during the Urban Meyer era. We all remember that famous Urban Meyer bar incident, but we are past that and we are moving on. We have Doug Peterson and things are looking way, way much better. The Jags are 8.5-point favored in this game against the Bengals per Sportsline. So I think it's, going to be a close game. The Jags are scoring an average of about 23 points a game. Bengals, I think, are around 19 points. So offenses are kind of, I would say fairly equivalent there in terms of scoring. But the Bengals, they come off a loss against the Steelers. They don't have their starting quarterback, Joe Burrow, who is out for the rest of the season. I believe he had a wrist injury. So now they have Jake Browning, who's the backup quarterback. He threw for 227 yards, 1 touchdown and 1 pick against the Steelers. So I don't think this is any, easy game for the Jaguars. I mean, it's really for the Jaguars any given Sunday, right? The Bengals have a lot of weapons there with Jamar Chase, Tyler Boyd, you have T. Higgins, and then you have running back Joe Mixon. So if he gets going, he can wreak havoc and trouble for you. So, and they also have a solid defensive line and linebacking core. So, let's go into some of the keys of the game for the Jaguars. Let's start off with offense. Got to score early and fast. We have to gain momentum. Get that bank roaring, get the fans going, utilize Travis Etienne and Dearness Johnson in that running game to pound the football, soften up that Cincy defense to open up the passing game. It's going to be kind of a battle of the Taylor brothers here. Press Taylor versus our offensive coordinator versus Zach Taylor, who is the Cincinnati head coach. But Press, he's got to win this battle here. He's got to follow suit essentially with his game plan the past 2 games. I really like the aggressive play calling. He's got to continue it. And we got to remain aggressive. We got to throw the ball downfield, stretch the field, let Trevor stretch out the arm. We got to throw past the chains. And get our offense going. Let's get Calvin Ridley the ball. He is a weapon. Use Zay Jones and Christian Kirk to create mismatches in that Cincinnati secondary that's a little banged up. Cam Taylor-Britt there, he's questionable for this game. Get Evan Ingram in the game. Utilize him over the middle and on those underneath routes. He could wreak havoc there. And let's minimize the drops. We had, really one big drop there by Calvin Ridley, not to single him out, but I mean, it is what it is. We dropped a touchdown pass in the Houston game. I'm sure he wanted that one back, but he did redeem himself. But we got to minimize the drops, got to reduce the turnovers, secure the football, and just really play sound fundamental football. So those are some of the keys to the game offensively. Let's go to defense. Mike Caldwell, again, our defensive coordinator, having a great year. Defense has really been playing well. He's got to come into this game with just another solid game plan, and he's been doing that consistently. Let's just keep it up. So the defense needs to minimize the running game. So that means, eliminating and minimizing Joe Mixon, the Cincinnati running back. He is very talented. He's talented out in the flats as well. He's a very good pass catcher. So we got to be watching him, but mainly we have to stop him in the running game. Our linebackers, they're going to have a tough job ahead of them. So need to minimize the running game, make him a non-factor, Joe Mixon. And then let's get pressure on Browning, the backup quarterback for Cincy. Let's get in his face. Let's get our hands up at our defensive linemen, and let's force some turnovers, get some sacks, and just wreak havoc on this Cincinnati offense. I think we need to lock down the Cincinnati wide receivers, right? Starting with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, two really good wide receivers and weapons for Cincinnati. So our corners, Campbell, I think, is listed as questionable in this game, so it might be Darius Williams and Monterick Brown again. So they're going to have to lock down Higgins and Chase, and we got to create takeaways. We have to create turnovers, like I said, and convert those into points, and I think we can run away with this game. Key matchups for this game. On offense, Jacksonville Jaguars wide receiver Calvin Ridley versus Cincinnati cornerback Cam Taylor-Britt. Ridley's got to win this matchup. I think Cam Taylor-Britt is listed again as questionable, at least since I checked yesterday. That was Thursday. Cam Taylor-Britt is a very physical defensive back, so if they're going against each other, Ridley and Britt, it's going to be a battle. It's going to be physical, but Ridley's got to get separation and get open downfield, and if he does, the Jaguars are going to score a lot of points. Secondly, we have here a second matchup, Walker Little, our left tackle, versus defensive end Trey Hendrickson. Hendrickson is a really talented defensive end. He has 10.5 sacks this season, so Little's really going to have his work cut out for him. He's going to have a good game. So Little's got to protect Trevor's blindside and essentially make Hendrickson a non-factor. Third matchup here, tight end Evan Ingram versus Cincinnati strong safety Jordan Battle. And this one, Ingram's got to win this one. Has to get open over the middle and downfield and just, be that extra wide receiver for the Jacksonville offense, be that X factor, and hopefully get a touchdown. He definitely deserves one this year. So it's going to be a physical matchup, and I think Ingram can win this one. So those are some of the offensive matchups. Let's go into defense. We're going to start with Jacksonville Jaguars corner Darius Williams versus wide receiver Jamar Chase. This is going to be one to look out for, and I think they're going to try to create a mismatch here physically. With Darius Williams being kind of a smaller corner, I think they're going to try to target Jamar Chase a lot, maybe pick on Darius Williams. But he's got to step up. He's got to have a great game. He's already having a really good season this year. I think he has 3 picks, so hopefully he gets his 4th in this game. Going to be a tough matchup, but I think Williams can win this one. Josh Allen, our next matchup versus left tackle for Cincinnati, Orlando Brown, going to be facing a very good offensive tackle. This is going to be a battle. I think Allen's going to have to win this one. We need to get pressure on the quarterback. If we don't, and they get the running game going as well as the passing game, we're going to have some trouble in this game in Monday Night Football. We want to win this one. Let's not embarrass ourselves since we haven't been on Monday Night Football in a while. But Josh Allen, he's really having a good season. So I think maybe he gets his 13.5 sacks in this game or even more, hopefully. Next defensive matchup here is going to be Monterick Brown versus Cincinnati wide receiver T. Higgins. Monterick Brown's a backup corner. I think they're going to use T. Higgins to try to create a mismatch there, and hopefully Monterick Brown, who's been fairly decent when he's had to back up Tyson Campbell, I think he can win this matchup. But it's going to be a tough one. My score prediction for this game is 31-24 Jags. They come away with the win at home. But I think it's, not going to be an easy game for the Jaguars at all. You let me know how you guys feel. Do you think the Jags are going to come away with a win? Or, I don't know, maybe they lay an egg on Monday Night Football. Hopefully not, but let me know how you feel about it. Leave me a comment on the YouTube video or podcast episode. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button. It always helps me with the YouTube algorithm. And if you enjoy my work, hit that red subscribe button. It's free and really appreciate it as well. You guys stay safe, stay sane, stay healthy. Go Jags, and I'll see you next time. Duval! What's up, everybody? It's Andrew from the Jaguar Podcast. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as always. And remember, this is a podcast, so you can find this pretty much wherever you find podcasts. Subscribe to it. Go Jags, and I'll see you next time.